Hello, people of New World. Welcome to the channel. To me, Lamani. And today we're going to be talking about territory standing. This is a question I get all the time, but how can you most efficiently and quickly level your territory standing? I'll be honest, it is a feat. It's going to take a lot of time, a lot of resources, and it is 100% a gold dump in the game. But thanks to Season 1, we can do this quite a bit faster so that you don't have to mash your head into a concrete wall. Now, you're going to be seeing me get a lot of charcoal. That's because I'm not going to use the Alkahest method because there is something that is a little bit faster. Now, I want to talk about ash stain. This is going to be one of the best methods to pump your territory standing, and I'll be real, you're going to need an absolute metric ass ton of charcoal to do this, but because of the availability of the resources you'll need compared to doing something like Hyssop, it is actually a much more effective way of going about pumping this endless grind of territory standing. So let's break down the numbers a bit here. Now, before doing a direct comparison, we need to think about how do we maximize our territory standing output. One, we can play some little ditties, play some songs, and we get a 30% territory standing buff if we play a song on expert, 4-star it, and that'll last for 90 minutes. So boom, you already have 30% more standing. That's fantastic. But with the introduction of Season 1, we now also have a way of getting 100% more standing if you use the boosters. So if you go into your inventory after pushing a little bit of your pass, you can also buy these on the store. You can equip a token that will give you 100% territory standing for 2 hours, meaning while you're doing this stuff, you will get a 130% territory standing boost for your crafts. So this is crucial when you're trying to actually pump through and get your territories to 200. Now, I tested all the tiers, and to be honest, yes, you will get more overall standing per craft if you were to craft either powerful or infused Alkahest. As you bump up each tier, you're gonna get more territory standing. But the things we have to consider are availability of resources. I was getting about 41 to 43-ish from the powerful Alkahest, and you are getting around 83 to 84 per craft on the infused Alkahest. This is great, and that would be huge if you could craft a ton. But I'll be honest with you, if you start to look at the availability of Hyssop, and then you start to look at the prices of things, for me to craft an infused Alkahest, I need 10 Hyssop. That's somewhere in the range of 45 to 60 cents per, depends on your server. And then Azoth water is anywhere I've seen from 5 to 8 gold per craft. The thing with this is, yes, you could buy all of these materials, and then you could theoretically craft them into something like a regen potion and then try and get your money back. That's great, but we still have a very, very, very limited supply when we're thinking of the quantity of items that we're going to have to craft. And obviously, because every single person who plays New World is a Lamani superfan, they're going to see this video, hit the market, and then boom, there's no resources there. So when you're trying to do your Alkahest method, it just doesn't make sense, right? You're not going to have enough Hyssop because there's just not enough bots farming it for you. And you're not going to be able to get enough Azoth water, and the amount of time you're going to sink into it is pretty nuts. If you do have the money and you can sit there and buy it all the time, great, good for you. But this is where the stain method really starts to pop off. The beauty of this method is that no matter what tier of stain you make, it will always give you the same amount of territory standing. And when you have your bonuses popped, this is going to be 35 standing per craft. So when you look at the materials you need, if you go to the T1 stain, it only takes charcoal and solvent. All the other ones take oil. Now, if you think about charcoal and solvent, these are some of the most abundantly available resources that New World has to offer. So when we think about charcoal, you could simply walk around cutting trees. You can buy it for cheap, but regardless, there are tens of thousands of charcoal on the market at all times. Now, the benefit with this is you can be a gamer and start getting wooden coins, start farming up wood, and then put on your smelter gear, and all of your charcoal will get bonus procced. So if you're smart like me, you'll take 6,000 wooden coins, and then you'll turn it into 90,000 charcoal, and then you'll have to have Dan come and save your ass because you can't walk. So you have ways to pump out more charcoal just by standing in town than you would actually buying Hyssop or even trying to farm it yourself. Even if you're somebody who is going to go be a lumberjack, it's still going to be much more efficient because there's trees everywhere. Hyssop you have to fight for. And then don't even get me started, we don't even have to bother about Azoth water. So with my testing with just 90,000 charcoal, I got 15 territory standing levels, which might not seem like a ton, but that is actually a very, very solid amount, seeing as my highest was in the 70s somewhere, and I've never really actively attempted to get territory standing. So around the range of 90,000 to 100,000, I would estimate you'd be getting around 18 or so levels per 100,000 charcoal. I think this is a pretty good conversion, but again, it's just a matter of this is a lot of charcoal. And yes, if you were to truly be selling that charcoal on the market, it would be pretty expensive. But to do any of these methods, it's going to be expensive. It's simply a gold sink. Now, there are some bonuses as far as reduced taxes and storage and things like that. So if you really want to max territory standing, I truly think that this is going to be your go-to method, or you can go the Alkahest route and sell your regen potions. Regardless, make sure you're really taking advantage of your boosters and your songs and start pumping through it. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And thank you to every single one of you beautiful people for being you. Hit the links down below. Hit the icy veins. Plenty of content coming. And I appreciate every single one of you. Peace.